Hello everybody, Wee here with the Bald Bull 2 portion of this tutorial. Now, Bald Bull 2 isn't a very hard fight overall as far as the speed run go, but he's very gimmicky in the way that you can only knock him down with the star punch, and he always gets up on the count of 9 for some reason, which is annoying. But you can also knock him down in a bull charge, but you're not going to see any bull charges in the speed run as long as you pull off the strats properly. So, and this fight doesn't really have much RNG in it either. The only RNG in this fight is basically when you are trying to grab a star from him, you need him to retaliate so that you can punch him in the gut for a star. Sometimes he doesn't retaliate. I don't know, I'd say maybe 1 out of every 4 or 5 times he won't punch you back, which wastes time. But you'll see that. I'll show that off. What I'm going to start with is showing you the proper speedrun fight for Bald Bull. The way the fight should go. Now, there is one hard part about Bald Bull, and it's right here, unfortunately. It's the first 2 punches of the fight. It's a very small window to land. It's going to take some practice for you to get consistent at it. And there are some backups if you miss one of the punches. If you miss both of the punches, you're in a lot of trouble. You're going to lose a lot of time. But I'm not sure how big the window is to hit them. It's probably somewhere around, I would guess, 6 frames, which isn't huge, but it's still tricky. But as long as you hit the first 2 punches, then the rest of the fight's fairly breezy. What you want to do is dodge his first set of rolling jabs, punch him in the gut to get 2 stars, and as long as you get those first 2 stars, he's guaranteed to go into an ear rub pattern where he raises his guard and lowers it over and over, which is kind of like his taunt. And when he goes in the ear rub pattern, you can hold start and throw a star right into his face. So that's how we're going to open here. We're going to dodge his first 2, land 2 right gut punches for 2 stars, and then we're going to buffer start for the 3rd punch. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start holding up on our controller, because he's going to start throwing more rolling jabs, but holding up will raise his guard so that when we dodge his next 2 jabs, we're going to have a bigger window to hit him in the stomach and gain 2 more stars. The tricky part here is when you're holding up, you got to get ready to dodge too. So you got to let go of up and then do a quick dodge, and that can be a little tricky. It's going to take some practice, but it's going to help you out later on Mr. Sandman, because that's how you open phase 1 with Mr. Sandman, so it's good practice for then. So I'm going to start holding up, as you see, and he's going to raise his guard, then start going into rolling jabs, like this. Dodge and punch, dodge and punch. You got to hold up for both of those before you dodge and punch. So if you've done this, the first 5 punches properly, the rest of the fight is a lot easier. The only thing you need to be mindful for is when you punch him, does he retaliate or doesn't he? And there's going to be no RNG to the rest of the fight besides that. He's going to have the same refill every time. All you're going to do now for the rest of phase 1 is dodge, punch, use a star, dodge, punch, use a star. So you have 1 star going into phase 2. And when phase 2 starts, you're going to hold the start button and you're just going to let it go right away. Just start buffering start right now. And boom, he's in the ear rub pattern. Now you're going to grab 2 stars. Punch, dodge, punch in the gut. That's how you do that. And then you're going to use 2 by dodge, punch, and use a star. You may want to practice the retaliation when you punch him, dodge, and then grab a star. So when he gets up in phase 3, we don't have a star, but we can get one, because when he does the ear rub pattern, that's your cue to either throw a star punch and hit and nail him, or to punch him somewhere and to get a star. He's vulnerable. So he's going to start phase 3 doing the ear rubs again. We're just going to hold B like we are now, and we're going to grab a star. And then we're going to punch him in the face, and he's going to retaliate, hopefully. And when he does, we're going to dodge it, and then punch him in the gut with a right gut punch, and we're going to get another star. Like that. Now, you can't punch him in the gut immediately. You have to wait and delay just a little bit before you throw that punch in order for it to land. So it's going to take a little bit of timing. It's not that hard. The first 2 punches of the fight are hard, though. It's a much smaller window there. But anyway, so phase 3, we we opened by getting 2 stars. Now we're just going to simply dodge, punch Sun, and use both, and he'll go down and you win. And that's the whole fight. Not a whole lot of guard manipulation, just do a little bit early in phase 1. He does the same pattern every time as long as you land your punches. There's no RNG on his refills. It's a fairly straightforward and easy fight. Now, I'm going to show you the fight one more time. This time on one of the 3 face punches that I do, hoping that it retaliates. He doesn't, so you'll get to see that. So open with 2 dodge and gut punches, buffer the start, hold up and dodge and punch. You should have 3 stars at this point. You're going to dodge, punch, and use 2. And your first knockdown should be at 38 seconds every time, unless you were near frame perfect. It's possible to get a 37-second first knockdown. Personally, I've never done it. So that's pretty challenging to go for. Hold start for phase 2. Retaliate twice. Yes, he did. Dodge, punch, star, dodge, punch, star. That's it. Phase 3, you're going to buffer B to grab a star, and then you're going to punch him in the face. But this time, he's not going to retaliate. And if you catch it really quick, you won't accidentally do a dodge. All you have to do is punch him in the face again and hope he retaliates a second time. Boom, you didn't retaliate. So, oh, I had to punch him twice. That's okay. The rest of the fight is exactly the same. We lost a second and a half because he didn't retaliate that one time. But that's it. So, when you're learning this fight, there's a very good chance that you're going to miss one of the first 2 punches. Let me show you what that looks like. If you miss one of the first 2 punches, he can do one of 2 things. He can go into the ear rub pattern and let you star punch him in the face, which is good, or he won't. He'll just keep doing jabs. This time, blocked 1. He does go into the ear rub, so I'm going to throw my star. Oh, he didn't retaliate there. Now, after you miss one of the first 2 punches, if you're lucky enough to get an ear rub pattern, he's not going to throw rolling jabs. You're not going to hold up and dodge and hit him in the gut, because his pattern can change after that. So what you're going to want to do to get the stars that you need is punch him, dodge, and retaliate in the gut. Sometimes he doesn't retaliate, though, so as you saw once. So you're going to do that until you can get to 3 stars. Once you have 3 stars, you can dodge, punch, knock him down with 2, and you'll have that 1 star going into phase 2 that you want. So let me show you that one more time. So you're going to miss the first punch. Oh, get the second. Luckily, he does the ear rub. Now I'm going to try and get 3 stars by punching him in the face. Hopefully he retaliates, but first time he doesn't. Great. Okay, now I got to try again, and keep doing this until I get 3. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Okay. Now we can just dodge, punch, star twice, and go into phase 2. So phase 2 is going to be a hold start to use the star right away, and then you're going to need 2 more stars, so you're going to punch him in the face and hope he retaliates. Unfortunately, I think in this scenario, I got bad luck and he doesn't retaliate again. Yep. So that wastes more time. He doesn't retaliate again, so that's 3 times. That can happen. That's the major RNG of this fight, when he doesn't retaliate. So not only did we miss the first punch of the fight, but he didn't retaliate 3 times, which wastes, 5 to 6 seconds, plus another 5 seconds on top of not hitting that first punch. So we're not going to get a great time. It's going to be somewhere around minute 40, I think. Phase 3, the same. Get a star, get another star. Dodge, punch, use 1, dodge, punch, use 1. We get a 139. And what can you do when sometimes you just get bad RNG? And luckily with Multiple 2, the bad RNG doesn't cost you a whole lot. In other fights, bad RNG costs you more. So this fight's not too bad overall. You'll typically never reset a run on this fight unless you completely screw it up. But even a 140, probably a keepable time. But that's about as bad as it's going to get, I think. And that's pretty much it for Bald Bull 2. Like I said, not a whole lot of randomness in it.